GOP claims that Donald Trump mugshot endears him to blacks. If you cannot identify this as them relegating your black skin to criminality, then you have no business giving any political advice to anybody. White people understand that the government policies have subjugated black people economically to a lower class and were forced to do criminality in order to overcome those political conditions. Later, after the ban on blacks playing sports, then sports became a means of blacks making it up out of those economic conditions that was placed upon us by our government.
Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you.
This is endearing, especially many black men, to President Trump.
As one black lady I spoke with earlier today here in New Orleans said, Trump's a gangster. And that means he has cred among a new block of voters that perhaps have never given him a serious look, and now they're looking again.
Black Americans...
Insulting to say that Trump being a gangster will make him more endearing to black people, as if our nature is gang and culture.
Throughout our history have felt unfairly victimized by the system. Historically, there's some truth to that. The mugshot unintentionally created a bond between Donald Trump and black Americans. Over the weekend, with the help of mugshot merchandise, the Trump campaign raked in over $7 million. Today, my garbage man told me he's buying mugshot T-shirts for everyone he knows this Christmas.
First, let's talk about how tone deaf and ignorant this person is. King died in protesting the sanitary workers getting equal pay. Let's not forget that. And he was murdered by white people fighting for that. Second, how he relegated black people to what he felt was a lowest service job, the garbage man. You have to see the disrespect here. If you don't, then I do not respect you giving any political advice to me. See, this is why the GOP is not even an option for black people. You cannot blatantly say things of this nature, and then I'm supposed to empower you. As you see, Europeans has relegated blackness to criminality. If you don't see the disrespect in that, then you don't understand what is being said to you, and you have no business giving political advice. For you to support a party who think of you and see you in that manner, who have segregated you to a criminal class, meaning you do not have the intelligence to give anybody any advice. This is insulting. But why they believe this is because they have always created policies to economically castrate the black community to the point where they was forcing you to criminality due to your economic conditions. But see, they understand this because they understand the effects of the legal system. This is why they fight so hard to keep the legal system all white. But you're not paying attention because you think you're going to out-hustle a printing press. But they understand you have been relegated to poverty. And the only way for you to fight that poverty is through criminal activities, sports, or some form of entertainment. That's why they see a black flying first class. The first thing they're going to ask them, what type of music they do, what sports do, what team do they play for? Because they have economically castrated you through their government and political system. But you don't know their political system, so you don't know this. Europeans understand you've been relegated to poverty since the leaving of slavery. They made sure that in 1919, when they came home from World War II, and we had the Red Summer, and they went burnt down all the black communities, and you had a high home owner ratership, 60-70%. We had all black towns. Then they created and promoted Jim Crow laws that also economically restricted black communities. Then they came and created the Federal Housing Authority and insured white people houses and redline black people houses, so white people was able to take out equity home lines, equity out of their houses, build businesses, and generate wealth when black people did not have that same option. They understand that because they denied you access to work, they paid you less at work for the same labor. So white people understand they have relegated you to poverty. They understand that that the blacks pay higher in bank loans. We are denied home ownership loans at a greater rate. White people understand all the things that they are able to benefit to accumulate wealth are harder to come by for black people. And they understand this was done to reduce you and force you into criminality. And then they have a police department to keep you into your small communities and to make sure you create that criminality upon each other's. And while they economically castrate your community, they can come in your community, set up temp services, and constantly extract labor from you because they know the jobs is not in your community. They then ticketed you to death so you can't drive and you go work for a temp service. They can bust you out there and continuously pay you for next to nothing, and you accept temporary work. It is a strategy that they have been playing on us for a while, so they understand all this. They understand why you live in crime-infested community. It is not by accident. It is not due to the fact that you are criminals by nature. It is due to policies created by the government that economically castrated your community, and then you fell right step in line and continue that with your own buying habits.